Today we're going to discuss farming spots. The idea of the video is to show a difference between live, PTR, and beta. With the impending change coming, a lot of people are missing an addition to farming. Before we get into that, if this type of video was not for you, make sure to check out my last video covering relics of the past, grouping, and making. Okay, so first things first, everything is subject to change, but I want y'all to understand, as it being so close to pre-patch, I feel this is what is to come. We have a sister spreadsheet that you can go over and see the results in full as we showcase each spot. Remember, modes means live, PTR, and beta. Please note that when I say raw gold, I mean gold obtained from sources other than auction house. This includes selling to vendor and drop gold. Also, we are testing at max BFA level. When max at Shadowlands, you're going to actually have different times and difficulty will change because you'll be maxed a level. The first location we are showing of all three modes is Crystal Lake, located at 56.54 and 65.96 in Elwyn Forest. We did 10 minutes on all three modes, and here are the results. As you can see here, the live version has 23 raw gold and 2 greens at 430 auction house and 152 linen cloth. Now let's move to the PTR. As you can see, this is a whole new farm with 104 raw gold and 5 greens at 2,108 auction house gold with 33 white gear and 110 linen. It's a step above in live in a few ways, but let's see how beta did. With 110 raw gold and 14 greens at 2,496 and 123 linen, it's in line with the PTR. As we can see, both PTR and beta are better in many aspects. Also note, it seems in beta they are adding brand new items to farm. I searched both Wildhead and Undermine for Nomad Buckler or Aurora with no luck. I did a Google search and yet nothing, which means they have plans to add new items to farms due to the change. With the first farm, we could take away that some open world farms will be better than they are in patch 8.3.7. Raw gold wise, at least 73 gold more, 5 times more for auction house and 40 less for linen cloth. This is all based on a 10-minute farm for each one of them. Also note that auction house prices will drop as more farm these spots. Now for the new items, I'm excited they are adding more flavor to the mix. This is going to only help the gold community with more options. Now again, if I'm overlooking said item, please correct me in the comments below, but as stated, I looked and did not find said item. Another note before we move to the next farm is that white gear count is a lot more compared to live, meaning a lot of greens are becoming whites again, which is expected with a change of level and vamping they are doing. This happened in BFA 2. I did one run through all three modes and the results are staggering for the best. For live section, we got 119 raw gold with 11 greens at 1,471 gold and 148 netherweave cloth, which is typical seeing this raid is farmed a lot. For PTR, we got 180 raw gold with 16 greens at 31,208 auction house gold, 205 netherweave cloth, and 60 rune cloth. For the beta version, we got 199 raw gold with 14 greens and 25,021 auction house gold, 187 netherweave cloth, and 49 rune cloth. Let me break a few things down. First, the obvious, rune cloth now drops from Karazhan. It seems with the change of level and revamp, certain materials are going to drop in other places too, as well as the original host. This is a welcome sight, seeing we'll have more areas to farm for materials related to relics of the past. On top of that, T-Mog that does not drop in Karazhan is dropping now in the raid. Again, this is due to revamp, which means old raids will be the new farms, with a lot of farms being nerfed even in live. I'm happy to see old farms being upgraded. If this stays and makes it live, I can see a whole new era of farming videos and guides for old farms. Please let me know below what your thoughts on the change. I like the RuneCloth and other things that are now dropping from other sources, but does this mean they will overwrite old T-Mog that drops from Karazhan? Just comparing PTR live, it seems that it does, which is alarming. So my suggestion is save some gear before it disappears, as any major changes, some gear might be taken out completely, but we will talk about that at the end of the video. Now into the raids for raw gold. As expected, it's not looking good. I did terrace on all three modes and each mode a total of 4 minutes each, so no big difference in time to complete, but there is a big difference in drops in gold per complete. For live version, it was 936 raw gold compared to PTR at 647 raw gold and beta at 523 raw gold. This is almost a 50% nerf. I want to state the gear tokens stay at 50 gold each in all modes. Yes, this is a saddening for Mr. Panda, but as I always stated, Mr. Panda would be on the chopping block as Catalysm was when Legion released. This is the normal thing that happens when more and more expansions come out. Now, do I agree with it? No, I really wish they would have just left it alone. Not only are they nerfing easable, farmable gold for new players and returning players, but they are moving more loot tables around. Just have a peek at the spreadsheet and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Yes, it brings more flavor, but at the same time, people who have been farming for said items to finish their sets only for them to go away. I find this unfriendly for players, but same sense, if they are still in the game, then it's just a matter of finding new spots to farm for that T-Mog. Last but not least is Blackrock Foundry. We could not test Legion due to bug on PTR and beta saying does not meet level 2 queue. I really hope they fix this. Live seemed to be 2 to 5 minutes faster compared to PTR and beta. Live has a total of 2,567 raw gold, where PTR has a total of 1,474 raw gold and beta has at 1,489 raw gold. This is a 1k difference per run, which takes anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to do. This is devastating for old raids. Yes, there is a lot of loot dropping in different loot tables, but that does not change the fact that this is gutted when it should have not been. Mr. Pana, I can actually understand. I can see why people are upset, and bluntly, I feel upset about the outcome. I implore Blizzard to revert the nerf or make it more suitable. The gold per item seems to be extremely low for WoD raids. There are winners and losers of this video. The big winners are old world farms and open world farms, while Gold 2 raw gold farms are gutted. Is raw gold dead? No. Regardless of the nerf, we will find ways to make raw gold via relic crafting or new world / old world farming. I just hope they can revert some gold nerfs they are planning. What about items not dropping in Karazhan anymore? As for now, we don't have much info on that, but if I had to bet, either A, they will drop in another farm that is lower, or B, save now and actually have some items that might not be in game anymore. Nomad Buckler is one item I'm still wondering about, seeing I could not find any information on it. If they are adding new items, this is a welcomed addition, but in the same sense, the nerfs of raw gold farming WoD and above is uncalled for. With that, I want to say thank you to my patrons for going that extra mile. Also, please be on the lookout Sunday night for episode 2 of Komlit's and Old Bez podcast, so please like, subscribe, and as always, stay stashy.